This is Congress News for the week of November 15th. In the news, implementing the Kingdom Community Architecture, Canopy Radio preparing to expand, and world headlines. The process of implementing the Kingdom Community Architecture continues as our oversight coordinators and development facilitators work with senior elders across the Congress. Dr. Woodruff described the Kingdom Community Architecture, or KCA, as the approved church structure for all of the communities of Congress WBN. In this week's video address to Kingdom communities across Congress WBN, Dr. Woodruff encouraged senior elders and saints to continue engaging the KCA process with joy and great diligence. The CWBN Global Communications and Technology sector announced that Canopy Radio will soon be expanding to offer programming in Spanish, French, and other major languages spoken in the Congress. GCT Global Directors Marlon Jameson and Bevel Wooding hosted a special meeting on the 14th of November to commission a new team from the Hispanic territories that will be responsible for Spanish language content for Canopy en Español. Marlon Jameson, who is also the GCL coordinator responsible for the Hispanic territories and Brazil, said the new team will be building on the patterns discovered in managing the English language version of Canopy Radio over the past 15 years. Bevel Wooding, Congress WBN's Chief Knowledge Officer, in addressing the group, shared by expanding to other language groups, Canopy Radio is fulfilling its mandate to truly cover our world. Dr. Woodruff has said that nothing moves in our Congress without the participation of the saints. Now, Canopy Radio is moving forward as the saints take their place in helping make it a truly global service that delivers life and resource to our world, he added. Canopy en Español is expected to launch in the first quarter of 2021. And in world headlines, as Ethiopia's federal government military operations against the Tigray People's Liberation Front intensify, international concern over a humanitarian disaster grows, and thousands flee worsening conflict in the northern region to seek shelter in Sudan. In October, the COVID-19 epidemic exploded again across Europe. Since then, cases have been doubling across the continent every 2 weeks. By November 5th, 20 countries had shut gyms, restaurants, and other public venues, introduced curfews, banned people from going out for non-essential business, or all of the above. Saints and leaders in the Congress are encouraged to remain vigilant and to be aware of the unfolding purpose of God in the midst of tumultuous events in the earth. And in this week's battle lines, pray for the global activation of the Kingdom Community Architecture, for God's divine superintending of the process, and the joyful stewardship and accurate implementation in all Kingdom communities in Congress WBN. And that was your Congress News. For more Congress news, visit www.cwbn.news, download the Congress News app, or tune in to Canopy Radio or Canopy TV.